This is Joe. He's just a regular guy. But Joe has a problem because Joe was arrested and convicted of a crime. Now, Joe has a criminal record. A criminal record is data stored by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. It contains all of a person's arrests, even if there are no convictions. That means that Joe may have trouble finding a job or getting licensed to be a CNA or a barber. He might have trouble finding housing and may not be eligible for public benefits like SNAP. Joe needs an expungement. An expungement is the destruction of criminal records related to an arrest. All of the court records are destroyed and no longer appear on a SLED report. Only certain charges can be expunged. Those include non-convictions, charges disposed of through diversion programs like pretrial intervention, convictions for fraudulent checks, general misdemeanors, simple possession charges, convictions under the Youthful Offender Act, juvenile offenses, failure to stop for blue lights, and charges and convictions that are a result of human trafficking. There are restrictions. Except in the case of non-convictions, each category can only be used once. There must also be a lapse of time between the convictions you are seeking to expunge and another conviction on your record. That time period ranges from 3 to 20 years and depends on the category of the expungement. Expungements are also expensive and require fees to be paid to the solicitor's office, SLED, and the clerk of court. The good news is that the application process is easy. Generally, applications should be sent to the solicitor's office in the county where the conviction occurred. Each county has its own expungement application, and it's usually available on the county solicitor's website. You will likely be required to provide a document from the court that's called a disposition sheet. That document states how the charge was disposed of, for example, whether it was dismissed or if there was a guilty verdict. His expungement application was denied, but Joe's not out of options. He can still apply for a pardon. A pardon is the state's forgiveness of your convictions in South Carolina. It relieves Joe of the collateral consequences of his criminal record, which means he may be able to find a better job, apply for public benefits, or obtain housing. Joe can apply for a pardon, he must satisfy all fees, fines, restitution, probation, and parole. He can then submit an application to the Department of Probation, Parole, and Pardon Services with 3 letters of recommendation from individuals that are not related to him by blood or marriage, along with a $100 non-refundable fee. Joe can request that all of his convictions be pardoned at one time. The process of a pardon lasts between 7 and 9 months. Joe will have to go to a hearing before a panel of 7 individuals from probation, parole, and pardon, but he only needs 5 members to agree that he should have a pardon. Joe could have everything forgiven at once. This video is presented by South Carolina Legal Services. South Carolina Legal Services is a statewide nonprofit law firm that provides free civil legal services to qualifying individuals and families in South Carolina. You can apply for legal assistance with South Carolina Legal Services online at www.sclegal.org or over the phone with an intake representative by calling 1-888-346-5592.